Hello and welcome to
Hello.
the Comedian's Paradise. This is a podcast where we speak to mavericks across the comedy world. Now, today's guest is the master of physical comedy and a master of directing comedy from behind the scenes. He is a man that has the brilliant name of Michel Courtemanche.
There you go.
And he is a well-known mime artist. And he, for all of us comedians who are all linguistic geniuses, he's going to turn us into physical comedy geniuses. Welcome, Michel Courtemanche.
There you go. Yeah, that's my Michel Courtemanche.
Now, it's mostly a stand-up comedy podcast, but for those that have not heard about you, tell us a bit about who you are and your journey and how you got to where you are today.
Okay. I started to do some improv comedy at the college when I was like 18, 19. But I wasn't supposed to become a comedian. I was studying at the college to become a director, a movie director and writer. And because we had this improv team at the college, but we were like playing with other college. And for 3 years, I've done a lot of improv on stage. And I kind of liked it. It was a lot of fun. But I really wanted to become a director. And then when we stopped to do the improv, everybody was telling me, no, don't become a movie director. It's going to be tough. You're not going to make any money and blah, blah. Go to become a comedian. And I wasn't sure of that. It didn't appeal to me to become a comedian. And, okay, I'll thought about it. And then I did some auditions for the Festival Just for Laughs in Montreal. And the sketches I was doing to the audition were visual because that was my easiest way of doing comedy. I wasn't really good at stand-up, but doing physical comedy and improv was really easy for me. So I wrote this visual number, and they accepted me. First, they rejected me because it wasn't good enough. But right after, they needed another guy on a tour, and this is how I started to go on tour to do some comedy. And why was I better at physical comedy than stand-up? It's because my background of reading lots of comic books and watching all these cartoon characters on TV every Saturday morning, and all these movies and sci-fi. And I was a big fan of all these different styles of art. And my first show, when I wrote it, it was like a little bit of cartoon, a little bit of cinema, a little bit of this, of dance, of mime, and it was like a patchwork of many disciplines in the same. So my first show, I did that, and but it wasn't planned to me to go around the world to do my show. I was supposed to do it in Quebec, Canada, and that's it. But strangely enough, I end up doing l'Olympia de Paris within a couple of months, and then I went on tour in Europe, and it was like I couldn't stop it. It was like the wind. So I end up to do my first show, and I did it in Germany, in Spain, and France, Italy, a couple of places, and Los Angeles also. But I didn't really want to do that. It's just that I was good at it, but I really wanted to become a director, and it was an obsession for me. So in a way, it was a mistake, But the problem is in life, you have your talent, and then you have your passion. With your talent, you want to do it and getting paid for it. But with your passion, you could do it for free and you don't care. And my passion was movies, so movie directing. So I wrote another show after because the demand was big. So I wrote another show and I went on tour for 3 years. And after that, I because it was really, 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 really physical. It was exhausting. I couldn't do it anymore, so I had to stop. And then I became a director. So it was a 10-year tour before becoming a director. And then now I can share all my knowledge about physical comedy with others. So I get invited like once or twice a year in another country to do a masterclass about the physical comedy. So
Oh.
this is what about I've done so far.
So how did you get a good understanding of like physical comedy and how it works? So you didn't actually train or anything. You just picked it up and just
Yeah,
learned
that was
through
it.
trial and error. Oh,
That
okay.
was it. When I was really young, at 10-year old, I remember I saw a mime in a park in Laval. It's a city in Quebec, just in front of Montreal. And
Oh.
the guy was really, really good. And he was doing the box and he was doing lifting heavy things and blah, 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 blah. And when I came back in my house, I recreated the whole show that he did. And surprisingly, I was able to do exactly the same movement. And but it wasn't a. I didn't go like, oh my god, I'm gonna become a mime. It was like, oh, he's doing like this. I can do it. Okay, next. So I had this capacity of doing, physical comedy, pretending there's a wall in front of me, or go in a car, or miming things. But I didn't do a. It wasn't like a revelation for me. It was like normal. So that was something that I had in me, and when we were doing improv, I was doing a lot of it. So that's why they called me like I was a mime. But I hate mime.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate mime. I hate that. But not all. What I mean is I hate classical mime, with the white face and the yellow teeth. That I had a problem with that because it's always like a demonstration of look how I can make you believe that I pushing a horse, that I'm, pushing a car, or, oh, look, there's a window, and, the pulling of the cable. I'm like, oh my God, that's not comedy. That's like, look at me, I can do it. It's not, for me, it wasn't comedy. So that's why in my style, I was putting more cartoon effects and movie effects and lots of breakdance also. So it was like a melting pot of different technique. But I remember I went to see Marcel Marceau in Paris,
Oh, I heard of it.
and I fell asleep.
Whoa.
I fell asleep. It was so not bad, but so okay. When is the punch? When what's the story? It was like a winter coat factory that they were miming. Can you imagine that? So it wasn't my cup of tea, I do stand up like people do. I do mime like people do stand up. Clown are more poetic, mime are like really rigid, but my style was like more like very fluffy and cartoon, and I could speak, I could do anything I want, and because there's rules in mime also that I think that they don't like me. The real mimes, they don't like me, but what can I do? Yeah, that's a big secret. I just said.
What and are you happy that they don't like you?
Well, if you study mime for many years and then you see me, you're gonna be pissed
Oh,
because I'm breaking all the rules.
with so this is a idea that came from a previous guest that I've had on. He's called Simon Evans. So he's done quite well in the UK. He's been on Like the Apollo, Michael McIntyre's Roadshow, and he says that what looks like creativity or originality often comes from someone's influence from two different disciplines, and they meld it together to form their own thing. Do you
Yeah.
agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Because as I said earlier, there's many techniques in my comedy. Yes, I do mime, but I'm trying to not pretend that I'm doing mime. I do lots of uh, it's like these are details, but if you do a certain gesture in mime, let's say that you're doing something like this and you're looking at it and you're like that. Now you're showing your skills. But if you put your hands like that and you turn around and now it becomes just you're more focused on me than the effect. You see?
Ah, yes, yes,
S-
yes.
Yeah. So that's why that's what I was practicing, looking away with if I was holding something in my hand, I was looking away and I would like move and the hand is doesn't move. And so you see that okay, I'm looking at it and the story now, not the effect. And also I add lots of breakdance effects also, like the wave and all this, and lots of faces from the cartoon characters that I was reading when I was young, and some faces of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Tex Avery, Chuck Jones, all these cartoon creators, and also lots of special effect from movies. I was pretending to do zoom in, zoom out, and
Uh,
people can understand in the crowd that I was doing like a camera coming in and coming out. So all these techniques were all in the same person.
okay. And when you're so this is I told I interviewed someone a couple of hours before you called Phil Green, and he's a comic as well. And he said he wanted to ask you, what was your process for when you're developing bits as a physical performer? What was your process to like refine, prepare, and create bits for the
Uh,
show?
what I used to do is just create a new character, like I don't know, a dumb guy, a Russian, an American, a Japanese guy, whatever, and I put him in a certain situation. Like let's say that the Russian, let's say that he goes on stage and he has to put the weight over his head and put it back down. So that's the story. He goes on stage, pull the weight, and then put it down. Now, what is the comedy in that are the obstacles that he has to go through to do that gesture. So I would write the character, the situation, and then from the start from A to B, lots of obstacles till the end. So I would find some jokes, some gags, and then I would put him in an order of going up and down, up and down, up and down, and that's it. That was my all my numbers were written like that. Even the guy who's
Okay.
playing golf. I don't know if you um, the American that goes on a golf course. And his goal is just to drive a ball and put it in the hole. That's it. But what is funny is the difficulties that he's encountered before doing this, putting the ball in the hole. So a thing that lasts in reality about 10 seconds, I would make it like 10 or 12. It's always
Ah.
from A to B and obstacles.
And how important is it? What you said there sounds a lot like sitcom writing, where you
Mm,
find a character and you find their weakness and you think about what would be the most fun thing to get the funniest bit from their weakness.
yeah. Yeah. Let's say, for instance, the Russian weightlifter. He's really confident when he comes in, and he's sure that he's gonna lift up that big weight, and he's really pretentious and really Russian and really there and an animal, but the weight is playing against him. You know, he cannot pull it up, and when he pulls it up, he cannot go further. So you have the feeling that the weight is playing against him. So he becomes more humble during the number. He loses his face because he cannot control the fucking weight. So that's the contrast between being really pretentious and not able to do the job.
And what would you, when you're performing different bits and honing it, do you do what a stand-up does and like you gig in different parts of the country, do lots of gigs to hone each tiny bit and then put it into a show or go to festivals, or what was your
Uh,
process? How would it be
well, it
different?
was depending where I was playing. If I was playing in many French places, I would do the whole show, meaning about an hour and a half of visual comedy, and then 30 minutes or 45 minutes of stand up, and about half an hour of improv. But if I would, till when I went to Germany, I only did the hour and a half of physical comedy.
Whoa! So
Yeah.
that's a lot of stuff, a lot of stand-ups. We just do an hour show. Like you did, how long was that? Like 2 hours?
Well, more than that, 2 hour and a half. I've
Oh,
done 3 hours, but it was about 2 hour and a half.
but how do you get the
But
stage?
I was using stand up just to to relax because it was really demanding. So between two numbers, I would do a little bit of stand up just to uh, you know uh, to relax a little more, and then be able to breathe, and then I was ready for the other number.
So how did you manage to like blend them all together to put on a good show that would entertain people? And like, I mean, with the rehearsal time, what did you do before you did a big show? Like do 20 warm-ups and then do a big hour show or
No, 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 no. I've never either look at myself or film myself doing physical comedy. In a way, I knew I was doing the right thing
oh,
because the most important thing in visual comedy is to be able to imagine your surroundings. The more you imagine it and you see it, the more people in the crowd are going to see it. So if you're in the wood, or if you go into downtown Montreal, or if you pretend on stage to go into the Amazon, or in Japan, or you have to see it in your head where you are, and then you can play with the set that you have in your head. So I don't know what's the name of the acrobats have this, they know where they are in space. When they turn, they know exactly where the body is, and they're not lost. When they turn around, they know where they are.
I
Uh,
see.
so when I imagine things, it's about the same thing. It's like if I see the cube in my head, that it's between me and you, and it's here. I see it, even though my eyes are closed, I see it and I can mime it. So that's the main instrument that people have to develop when they do physical comedy. And so because I know where my body is in space, I know exactly what to do, and I know exactly where to do it, and where is it. And if you touch something and you don't see it in your head, you move away, and you want to return and touch the same thing. If you don't see it, it's gonna be like 2 feet apart. It's like move like that. So you really have to imagine where you are.
Did you go to any theatre school or anything like that?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
I
It
know
was
that.
like it was all an accident.
No, that's interesting because you mentioned something that came back to me. I did a mass theatre school in Italy, and they mentioned all these different elements that you perform based on your body. And I know that Lecoq does these staged attentions. And
Yeah,
I think some of the exercise they did is you would imagine a certain point in the screen, or you imagine objects, like if you're picking up a stone and you imagine what the resistance would be like. And then,
exactly. Yeah. That's that. Yeah, I do that in my master class when I add weight to a certain object. If you launch a baseball or a big balloon or a five weight or 20 pounds, and so it's the reaction of launching it and receiving it are totally different. So you have to imagine also not even the shape but the weight of things. Mm.
and is there any stand-ups that you see that demonstrate a good understanding of like weight distribution or response to objects? Or is it any advice you give to stand-ups if they're doing an act out to demonstrate that, to make it effective?
Uh, well, mostly when they do when the stand-up wants to emphasize on characters or on um, I remember when I was doing stand-up, I was doing physical comedy at the same time because I was recreating some scenes or other characters that were talking to me or so you um, but not it's not that I was supposed to give a physical comedy course at the National School of Comedy here in Montreal, but it's not like not everybody wants to do that. It's like if it's like they force them to do it. When you do physical comedy, it's because you like it. It's not like touch a little bit of that and you try to put it in your stand up, or it's it's a matter of if they want to do it or not. So even though I would have done a good course for them to show them how to move and all this and all that, if they don't like it, they won't do it. So I didn't see what was the point. So but there's when uh, I don't know how to say that in English. Is that stage directing? Metteur en scène?
Stage.
You-
Um,
when you direct actors, I just want to know what's the proper name in English. Is it stage directing when you
or
direct
you
a
could just say
theater piece?
directing. You just say directing. Yeah,
Ah,
directing's fine.
director. Okay. So when I'm a director for other comedian, sometimes I will say when you speak that way, and when the other sometimes they're doing a conversation, with them and another person, so they speak like that. So I told the guy da da da, and he told me da 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 da, but it's always in the same way. So you can't difference the two characters. So sometimes gonna say, okay, speak like that and then answer like that, and then speak like that and answer like that. So these are really little tricks just to help the comedian make more understandable what he's doing on stage. But these are really minimal. I'm not gonna show them how to push a car, or walk in the wind, or it's like it's useless. But just little give them position for another character, using the wave to because that's what they have to master, the wave in visual comedy. So does it answer your question? Sometimes I lose myself when I speak. So even in French.
So what I got from what you said is that you said that one, the person has to want to do the course to learn it, and because a lot of stand-ups are quite fully formed, if you taught them everything, it may completely destabilize what's already there. You'd only teach them a
Well,
little bit, and the main thing you would teach them is the wave, which I don't know what the wave is in physical
okay, the
comedy.
wave is it's this. Your
Oh,
whole
okay, fair
body
enough.
has to do this. Okay, but there's many position. There you have the straight position, up like that, a tent, and then you come back. So it's 4 position, but when you mix them, it does something like that. So when you have a person like that standing up, okay, if you hit the upper part, the last part to move will be the elbow. Okay, so if you do it and you come back, okay, that's the wave. That's how you. That's the best way to interact your body into a physical object surrounding you. That's it's a little bit difficult to explain, but it's always the first part of your body that's getting hit, and the last part of your body to react. So if I try to do it like this, you see that movement.
Okay.
So if I hit the tip of the finger, see, it's the elbow that it's gonna, and if you tip the elbow, it's gonna be the tip that react at the end. So that's the thing that they have to master before doing any physical comedy, and it's really tough if you don't have it naturally.
Oh,
So there's a way of learning them, because when I say, okay, there's like 5 position, and when you put them together, it does the wave. They're completely fucked up. So I have to make them the wave naturally, and then I explain to them what is it about.
it's about understanding how the movement of one thing affects the last bit, and
Exactly, the consequences.
how does that relate to all parts of the body? So if I no, it wait a minute, that's similar to fixed point. That's that like in did you do fixed point as well?
Yeah. But well, wait, you see me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's weird. So if I'm wait. Uh, Oop, are you there?
Yep.
Oh, hello.
I'm there.
Okay. Bah. Bah. Okay. So the way it works like that. If you want to walk, okay, with your van, then so the first thing that touches the feet, and then you see the wave.
Okay.
Nah, no, not here.
I got it. I got it. I think.
Right. It's easier. You see it now. So if I'm hit in the knees, the head is gonna move last. Towel.
Oh,
You
okay.
see? Yeah. So it's very subtle, but I feel so ridiculous to do it like that.
But it's a bit, yeah. So you have to move in because it's clarity, like in fixed point. In a lot of theatre schools, they say that you
Yeah,
got to,
yeah.
because then they know what you're
But
doing, and the
but
message
the
you're
the
sending with your
fixed
body is
point
clear.
the fixed point is the same. It's just like if you hold something, then you want to pull it. You see what I did with that wave in my body, just to you see. So that's really tough to master.
With doing like a physical comedy, did you do it in a lot of different countries that didn't even know French or English, and were you still able to make them laugh?
When I did it in Germany, yeah, I did. I didn't. I didn't know any German.
Oh,
Um, but it was a lot of fun because they don't move. These people don't move.
I
One
didn't.
time, yeah, it's amazing because I was asking a person I was in a building and I said, do you know where the office for is? Ja, if alle smuggen laven brøden, hoden slangen, stemmen, pschigen, alle verpetoden. He could have done like, okay, slagen blikken, flunterbal, oden, slakafaber, damarilinis, iflige slabbe. I would have understand more, but just, ich lagen brøden, schließe fagen, where am I going? It was really, really funny. And some of the people after my show said, why does he move so much?
German efficiency.
So it was a big step for them to go from Schlagenbröden Philosophen to so that was very funny. I had a lot of fun. I did SNL Germany also with with the cast of SNL. It was a lot of
Oh.
fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I couldn't speak one word, but they gave me cues and that's it. And when I say that, when I say Wiesplauten, Brücke, Flogge, you stand up and you go, all right, okay. It was a lot of fun. But I did shows in Spain. I did shows in Catalan. And that's in Los Angeles, but that's it. I was opening for Jay Leno
Oh.
in Los Angeles, and I met Jim Carrey over there. I
Oh,
saw him
awesome.
live. What a treat! It was amazing. It was amazing.
What makes him such
Um,
a good physical performer? Because I know that him and Robin Williams, I've seen them. They're brilliant. They're amazing to watch. And like Robin Williams, he could turn anything to anything. But
yeah,
he did steal jokes, but he was brilliant as what he did.
yeah.
But what was it that made those two in particular such fantastic physical performers?
Um, I think that I would say it's you really have to have a good director who has the eye of cat to catch how do you move. I think that the secret is there because in many you'll notice that in many movies of Robin Williams, there's always a scene where he's improvising and the director let the camera rolling and he jump cut it just to have like little pieces of Robin Williams going completely insane on the set. So you gotta have a good director to notice that and to permit that and then put it in the movie. And Jim Carrey, as I said, it's really tough to film a visual comedian and translate that to movie, just like Rowan Atkinson. So, but Jim Carrey, he did stand up, but he's never done like, um, let's say, a 10-minute routine of a sketch without saying a word and doing a story. And it's always big, big effects that he does. But he still is. When you see Jim Carrey doing his character, it is like when you want to draw an expression on a cartoon character. You don't draw the expression of the cartoon character in mid state. You want to have his reaction at the peak of his reaction, and then you're gonna draw it. And Jim Carrey was that. He would do expression like he goes to the limit of exploding his face, like doing a character or a face. Sorry. So he's more extremist than Robin Williams, but Robin Williams was his speed. The
Oh,
speed, which was like giving you ideas one after another. That was really impressive. And Robin Williams were more a good dramatic actor than Jim Carrey, I would say. Jim Carrey is good, but Robin Williams made me cry.
Just shows what cocaine does for you. So I should have said that. Should not have said that. Yeah, I said it shows what cocaine does for you. Sorry, I should not have said that. I should not have said that. Oh God.
But I saw him live at in Montreal. He was doing a tour with a director and a Canadian director that did Miss Doubtfire and everything. So he was on stage talking about the movies, and at that time, Robin Williams wasn't do any alcohol or cocaine, but he was the same.
Oh,
So was it really the coke that did that, or he's like that? You don't use cocaine because I'm a cocaine. I was a cocaine addicted because I'm bipolar. So I became cocaine addicted for 3 years, and then I stopped because it costs a lot of money. Now I'm sober for the last 27 years. And so I can understand, but when I was doing shows, never had nothing, no drugs, no alcohol, nothing. But Robin had so much problem with his demons that he had to calm them. And cocaine is the best thing to cut yourself from all your emotions. And I think that's what he was doing. And he discovered that. And because he was as good when I saw him on stage in Montreal as he was when he was young. And people saying that he was on cocaine. But he was the same, exactly the same. So I think he used cocaine not to perform, but as a medicine.
Okay.
And it's a really good anti-depression. So, but it costs a lot of money, and you cannot dose it. It's not like I'm only gonna have a gram, and I'm gonna be fine for a month. No. It's like it's always going up and up and up and up, and you end up like taking like a huge amount of drugs
I see.
to function, you know. So, but I think he was one of the really, really best, and he was really open about it. When I saw him in Montreal, he said that he relapsed because of alcohol. He relapsed on cocaine. He relapsed a couple of times, but he was really, really honest about it, just to tell the people in the crowd that, you know, we do mistakes, but he was the best. And it's true, he was stealing a lot of jokes from other stand-up, but he was so good, you know, so fucking good. He was the best. And when he
Yeah,
was improvising every night after a night after a night after a night, he was a machine.
I think one of the things that made him such a good performer is he was fearless. When he went into a character or went into a bit, he just fully committed to it. He did
Yeah,
not like stay away from it.
yeah. But he always crosses the limit, and you can feel it in the crowd when they go, "Oh." That was his line. As soon as people were doing, "Oh," like he went too far, then he would stop and come back. He
Okay.
wouldn't go further than that. And I remember he was doing a show for Lady Di and Prince Charles.
Oh,
They were
okay.
in the crowd, and what he said, yeah, he was under the balcony of the Lady Di and Prince Charles, and he asked the people, "Are they laughing?" But they couldn't see him because he was under them. So he was brilliant. One night, I saw him taking an umbrella of a woman. Um, that's a disgusting joke, but he was saying something like, you know, The ladies told him, "You can put it in your ass," and he said, "Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna put it in yours. It might fit." And then, oh, okay, that was that was too much. Let's go back to the beginning. But these are geniuses. So, and seeing Jim Carrey on stage, I laughed for a week. It was amazing.
Hmm.
That is answers any question that it's, because sometimes I'm ADHD and dyslexic, so sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about.
So, what would you say are the unique qualities on Jim Carrey that makes him a good physical performer? And what about Robin Williams? What was the key things that you noticed?
Well, Jim is more flexible physically. He does more things with his body than Robin Williams. Robin Williams, his strength was improv and characters. On a set, he could disguise himself. He's gonna put a wig, and you're gonna have a 10-minute number. He's gonna create a character, and he's gonna talk and blah 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 blah. So Jim is more physical than Robin Williams.
Okay. And one thing I want to ask you, and this is a bit of a dodgy question, but there's a comedian who got virally famous through a football celebration. Could I show that to you?
Say that again.
There's a stand-up comedian from the UK who got famous through a football celebration. Could I show
For
that
a
to you?
football celebration? Oh, the guy who runs like that?
Yes. Could I show you it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, show it to me. Maybe it's the
It is, yes, here it is, Karl Porter. So I'm going to share the screen with you,
okay,
uh,
okay.
and then I will turn all my porn settings off. Sorry, I don't know what I said. Here we go. So here he is. Can you see it?
Nope.
You can't see the entire screen. Okay. Browser needs screenshotting permission. Let me see. There must be a way to do it. Oh, damn it. There must be something.
Do I have to do something? No.
There must be something I can do. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's so good that, but you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, but that's a good example of what a stand-up comic can do physically. Ah, I see it. I see the whole window. Yeah. That's him. Oh, yeah. That's it. But you see, that's a bit of physical comedy that you can do as you're doing stand-ups. It's amazing. Huh? He's really good. Oh, maybe the mouth is not in slow-mo, but yeah, that's
So
really good. Yeah.
what you saw there, what was
Yeah.
it that made it so good, and why do you think it worked?
Well, it comes down to the guy. Uh, when you do something like this, you have to feel it. You have to feel that you're running and that you're in a field, and your whole body reacts to the foot on the floor, and then how your body reacts to it, and uh, it's hard to explain because even him, I'm pretty sure, cannot explain that to you. But when he uses his memory, that's what I want to say. he uses his memory. When he saw it, he saw the movement. He recorded it in his head, and with his memory, he can recreate the whole movement. But it's the upper part. And I guess that on TV, he saw a close up of the guy, and he felt it, and he recorded in his head, and he did it brilliantly. It's just maybe about the face and the mouth. Maybe it was less in slow mo, but I think it's hilarious.
But you've seen it. You've seen it before.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that like I would say 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's a great bit. I've not seen many comedians do that. And then there's another one who does something impressive. He does improvised rap called MC Hammersmith, who I want to get on. But
he did what?
improvised rap. So you give him like 3 or 4 objects, and he just does a rap for about 10 minutes.
Okay, the same guy.
No, not the same guy. I wish it was.
Oh, another guy.
That is some talent. If someone does that, oh my god!
While running.
Yeah, that would be good.
No, he's brilliant. He's really good.
And
It's funny because in Quebec, in Canada, in Quebec, mime is like almost forbidden. No, I'm only kidding. But there's me in Quebec who does mime comedy, and that's it. And I stopped like 30 years ago. I stopped doing that in '94. So and since then there was no comedian who physical comedian that wanted to take my place and go forward. But in Italy, I'm going there to do a master class. There's like 40, 50, 60 mimes. In France, you have like two. In Switzerland, there's one. In Belgium, there's none. So it's funny. Maybe in Italy, it's because of the Commedia dell'arte, or I don't know. But it's funny how in certain countries it's forbidden, and in certain countries it's like, yeah, viva mime. Even in Tunisia, I went to give a master class over there, and there was like 40 students. That was a big weekend.
whoa.
40 people who wanted to learn physical comedy. So it was strange. Yeah.
What? So you're teaching. So there's 2 things I want to ask, because I know that you switched more to directing, right? And you
hmm
said a good for good physical comedy, you need a good director. How important is that, and how did your background as a physical performer shape that? And yeah, tell us about the mime organization, because I didn't really see much of it. I just saw it in a random Facebook group on like clowns, and that you're doing a physical workshop, and then I looked into
Okay.
what you'd be interesting.
Well, most of my material is on YouTube. So you just punch up my name and you're going to see the drummer, the Russian weightlifter, the Japanese guy, you're going to see them all. Um, but but I think that the base of comedy is charm. If you don't have charm, forget about it. Don't do it.
Oh.
Become an account, or but not a comedian. So the first thing you need is to have charm, and the way to, if you ever go to a comedy shop, and there's a guy or girl coming on stage, and you say, "Oh, he's gonna make me laugh," or "her's gonna make me laugh," instantly before they say anything. That's charm. Um, then after charm is rhythm. If you don't have rhythm, sometimes it could take like lots of weeks and months to find your rhythm, but that's the most important thing, because you are holding the rhythm in the crowd. So you need charm, rhythm, and good imagination.
Okay.
Structure. When because it's going to be different in Italy, because then I'm gonna, because in Tunisia there was a lot of amateurs, and that's more work. Now it's going to be more professionals, people that are doing actually doing well, it's their job. So, they go on tour, or they just want to pimp their number, or if I can notice mistakes in their numbers, or I can fix them. So it's going to be like a 5 days of wave, character, story, punch, pimp your number, or create something. I will see that in Italy, but I'm supposed to perform one night, and
Oh,
that worries me a lot, because I said, "Oh, I can go there and do the drummer." I don't know if you saw this number. No, you told me you didn't see it.
not yet.
Yeah. So it's Roy Atkinson did one, the same number. When I did my number, the drummer number, and Just for Laughs, he was there with his number of the guy, the Speedo thing, and like 1 year after or 2 years after, he did his version of a drummer, and I think it was better.
Oh,
Um, yeah, 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 yeah. So, but it's okay. I'm not saying that he stole it. That doesn't, it's not that. Everybody has his version of the drummer. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, they asked me to do that number, and it's really exhausting. So, but it's like 5 minutes. Maybe I can take it. But I'm 61 years old now. So I stopped. I was like 30.
ah,
So it's a big gap of I'm not in shape to do it anymore. So I'll see. I'll see what I'm gonna do. Oh, by the way, I have great friends in London. I don't know if you know her, Francesca Hunt, great
no, not
actress,
yet. Not yet.
and Michael Prade, who
Okay.
did Robin Hood way back. Because I did a TV series with them in Montreal for almost a year, and I had so much fun with that. It was amazing. It was called The Secret Adventures of Jules Verne, and I was
Oh,
like the comedy relief in the series. But I had so much fun with them, so much fun. So I'm just saying hi to them. Hey,
all
hello
right.
guys.
Cool. I'll send them a message on
Absolutely.
Insta. uh, but okay. What do I want to get? Okay, that's cool. And yeah, what made you leave the performers world and becoming the director? Is it the
Uh, well, the main reason was exhaustion and fatigue, and as it's a doctor that told me that I had to stop
oh
because it was too demanding, and I couldn't keep up fat in my body. So I was starting to burn my muscles. So it was really dangerous. So I had to stop. But also, it wasn't the thing that I wanted to do. So uh, the talent fell on the wrong person, because
oh
anybody who had that, let's say, my talent, and could go on tour for 40 years, go, man, go. But I couldn't do it. So I was like 30, 31 when I stopped, and I couldn't go more than that. And also, I had the stage fright for the last 3 years of my tour. I had stage fright, but it was like gaining a lot of space in my life. So I would woke up in the morning and having that stage fright the whole day. till I do the show. And fatigue, and I didn't know I was bipolar, so that was like a big issue in my life. I was bipolar for 10 years without knowing it. Uh, then I had to stop because I had to stop. I really had to stop. I couldn't do it anymore. Then I was happy because I could become a director. And I did.
Ah,
I became a director, and I directed a TV show for 6 years, and then writing for other comedians, and then stage directing for comedians and singers, and so and it's you're alone. I was alone. See, I was the only Quebec guy in the whole team, and couldn't speak to the technician because I had to take the limousine to go to another city. So I was driving, during the night, and then it was like such a exhausting life. Couldn't sleep anymore. Couldn't. I was really sad. So then I stopped, and everything went fine. I found happiness. I found many things, and now I write, I direct, I do some AI, I do editing, filming, I do many, many, many things, and I'm really happy. And what I've done before for me is like it's like it happened to another person. I'm not sure that it happens to me, but it's uh, it's done. I'm not gonna go back on stage, going on tour alone for the rest of my life.
what what's it like now being the teacher and like teaching people it? Does that
It's a lot of fun because I discover what I'm doing. When I explain something to someone, you have to move like that, and you have to do, and I find tricks, and I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing, when, yeah, yeah, that's it. And sometimes I correct my own numbers. If someone wants to do a number that I was doing, I'll watch it with him, and I'm gonna go like, that's not good. Uh, Wow, was I? Because what the fuck? No, that's not logical. Okay, and then we rewrite it. But I find lots of mistakes in my numbers.
with what do I want to say? Yeah, it's funny that you describe bits as numbers because in stand-up comedy, like if someone used the same joke as us, we'd be devastated. But it's funny that you describe it, you're not as attached to it. Like you're like, if someone does a bit, good for them. But it's funny in stand-up comedy,
It's
they're like, bloody hell.
I there's a lot of people doing the drummer kit skit around the world, in Russia, in Japan, and in Brazil, and everywhere. There's like many version of my number. But I don't care. It's okay. I'm not doing it anymore. So enjoy. Take the thing and do whatever you like, and it's fine with me. I'm not attached too much to my material.
Okay, that's cool. No, um it's because it's the past and it's like you're just more focused as your performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
It's interesting because it's a different mindset in terms of bits. In as I said in stand-up comedy, we're very if someone uses the same bit as us, we hate it.
Absolutely, yeah. Unless they pay some rights,
Yeah.
you know. But if there was a guy in Brazil who was doing the whole show, but in an amateur way, and he was just a fan and doing it and in front of people, and people were paying to do the show. The guy is just enjoying life. He's just having fun. He just want to feel what it is to do these numbers in front of people. So go ahead, man. I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's not like it's shareware, It's because it's really, really, really tough to write numbers for physical comedy, but there's not a lot of themes uh, that you can use, and sometimes it's frustrating because you cannot translate your ideas into visual comedy. You need a word to describe best the action, and sometimes that pisses me off. But so you're limited in a certain way. Lots of people are gonna go like, "Let's do the Olympics," and then they do like, the parallel bar and the weightlifting and the archie. So, um, but it's tough to find. I know a guy. Maybe you saw him, and I'm not sure if he's doing this anymore. But he was doing this orchestra. How do you call that? The guy with the stick and
Conductor.
there you go. The conductor, but he's on a trampoline with the ski boots. Click, click on the trampoline. And then he goes like, "Ah, that's him." But he's like, his whole body goes like that and like that. And he, yeah, oh, yeah. Denis Lacombe is his name. So he's done that for I don't know how many years he's done that, but that was one number that he did. I don't think I could have been. I don't think I could have lived with that. With that, I needed more variety. I needed to improv. I needed to change every night. But doing one number, one night after another, it's like, where's your creation?
Hmm.
So it's really frustrating to not uh to you love that job, but it's really tough to find ideas. And you have to
Yeah.
find like international ideas.
Yeah. What do you mean by international? Oh, universal ideas that everyone can
Yeah,
relate
yeah,
to,
yeah,
no
yeah,
matter
yeah.
what country they're in,
Universal.
what
Yeah,
job they're in.
sorry.
Yeah, okay, got it. No worries.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
got you. Now, for anyone that's sort of listening in right now, what is a piece of advice you'd like to give someone on their performer's journey? And how do they find out about you? And tell us about your workshop in Italy.
Okay, you will have to repeat that.
Okay, so for anyone that's listening and they
Yeah.
are a performer, what advice would you give them? Um, and
If they
what
want
would
to
you
do
like to
some
plug?
physical comedy,
Physical comedy, yeah. Let's do physical comedy, and if for the being a performer in general.
well, first they have to be attracted to that. So they really it has to become a passion. But if they really want to do it, the best way is to go through a mime theater, and then just to learn how to use your body, to because you have to defragment or you have to move the head like that, and then just so you have to do your body by sections. I don't know if it, uh, defragmenté. Uh, you have to learn all sections of your body and move them independently. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's first. It's the equivalent of the wave, um, and then that's it. Just find a character, some stories, doing some. I can do like a number for 3 minutes or for 20 minutes. So you gotta find some. But the thing is, it's not finding the character and writing it and blah blah. It's where can I play that? That's the one of the most difficult things. Um, let's say that the stand up who does the run, you know, if you do a whole show of just the upper body, you can do it any stand up place. But if you go to stand up place and you see the character just from that, so the rest of the body you don't see it and you need to see it. So it's difficult to practice that discipline. But yeah, if they go to maybe like mime and clown, a mix of mime and clown could be good if you want to do that kind of comedy.
Okay. And what about just in general? If they're a filmmaker, if they're a videographer, if they're a influencer, if they're a singer, what kind of advice would you give any performer or creator?
Of the four people you just
Just someone who wants to be a performer or in the creative industry.
okay. You have to know why. Why you want to do it first. Because lots of people find in art answers to their problems. And it's not a good excuse. Let's say for me, from the beginning, I liked a lot to do improv because I was a really shy person and I couldn't speak to anyone. But when I was doing improv, after the show, people would come to me to speak to me. So I didn't have to go to them. So I thought it would like fix my shyness, but it didn't. It made it even worse. So art is not an answer to a problem. Art is a form of expression of what you have inside and what you want to, what you can't say, or or you choose art because you can't use words to say what you really feel inside. So if people they just want to be well known, they just want to be popular, they just want to be famous. These are the worst reason why you should do that. First, do you like to make people laugh? Do you like that? I mean, in a dinner, in a lunch, you make all people laugh at the table. It's because you like it. You don't want to be paid for it. I do that now. When I go to supper, I'm the clown, because I like it. I like to make people laugh. If you like to make people laugh, well, go because it's the perfect medium. But you really have to ask yourself, why do I want to do this? If you do this because, let's say you're a singer and you saw Bruce Springsteen and he's your idol and you want to become like him, it's still not a good reason. Do you like to sing? Do you like to see people in the crowd reacting to your songs? If you do theater, you're there because you don't want to be your person anymore. You want to be someone else, or you want to be a part of a group, or everybody's working towards the same goal, the show. Uh, because the people wants to have the result, and they forget about the path, and that's not good. For me, today is the path you learn more than the result. If you walk your path thinking about the goal, you might make lots of mistakes because you're gonna feel fear when you say like, I don't know if they're gonna like that. This might be, in the woke world that we live now, that is so unproductive with comedy. It's already tough. Why make it tougher? So it's really, you really have to be really honest with yourself and say, why do I want to do this?
Okay. And that's, that's yeah, that's brilliant. Um, and for anyone that wants to find out about you, how do they find out about you, and what would you like to plug?
Uh, I want to plug.
So a plug is like, what would you like to put on the podcast? Like the workshop you got going on in Italy, your
Oh, oh,
website,
oh,
social
oh.
media, stuff like that.
Well, I think that the workshop is sold out, but it's going to be in Italy, Turin, at the festival, the Mime Festival. So it's a really, really, really small. It's their first year, but I found it so charming. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go and see you guys. Um, What was the question again?
So what would you like to plug? Like, what would you like to
Yeah,
put on
yeah.
the podcast?
Well, I have nothing to plug because I don't have any tickets to sell anymore. So I would say the only thing that I'm gonna do next is that master class in Turin, in Torino, Italy. I'm gonna be there uh, f- from the 4th till the 13th of April. It's gonna be 5 days, and there's one gala. So it's Monday till Friday. And it's a 3-hour class per day because we cannot do more than that in physical comedy. People can't register more information, past 3 hours. It's like, okay, whatever I'm going to say after, they're not going to listen anyway. And physical comedy has to be learned late in the day because that way, you register you're practicing all the movement and everything, and during the night your brain compute the whole day and learn the movement while you're sleeping, and when you do it the day in the morning after, you're already better. So uh, so I, I they learn I teach that in the afternoon, and then they sleep, and the day after they practice, and then I come back and I teach more physical comedy in the afternoon. So it's a cycle, a very important cycle in physical comedy, and that's it. That's the only thing I can plug.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Uh, you know where to go. Hopefully, there's some more spaces for you guys to go in his workshop. That someone drops out. And the next guest is going to be John Townsend, who is a well-renowned physical clown, and he's influenced a lot of people from Cirque du Soleil, from the Pickle Family Circus, and he did a lot of street performing as a clown. But yep,
I'm
that's the
gonna
next
watch him.
guest.
I'm gonna go and watch him. Yeah.
I'm interested to see what he says. He's a big American clown, and it's going to be. I had a few clowns on the podcast, and they mentioned him a lot,
Okay.
so I want to get him on. But
Ah,
yeah,
good.
let's see. And next guest, I'm not too sure who I'm going to get on, but I think I'm probably get more sitcom writers and try and get like a musical comedian or ventriloquist. But yeah, see you guys soon.